try to break down that kind of play, and he almost popped in between them. You know, I had a chance to visit with the defensive secondary coach from USC, and you remember Dennis Thurman? Huh?
Yes.
He was a dandy.
Sparks up on a wing now. On the break, high, intercepted. Had his man, but threw high, and Kelly with the interception for the Trojans.
That's his first interception as a Trojan. He is a true freshman out of Overland, Colorado. Overland High School in Colorado, excuse me. Top of your screen, they're going to throw the post pattern to the inside. He throws it a little bit high. They have a straight one there. He throws it there. See, it's just a little too high, and he's been throwing high all day. This young man was the 6A Player of the Year in the state of Colorado. One guy that elected not to stay home and play for the Buffaloes. And boy, are the Trojans happy about it. Just a true freshman, meaning he has 3 more years after this one to play. It's an old Harvard expression.
Now the handoff, and they put it into Sermon's hands.
The ball carrier number 25, Rodney Sermon.
Sermon is another one of those true freshmen out of Bishop out of high school.
Youngsters who gained experience with the Trojans early on in the season, and now this team showing some improvement. They would love a rematch with Penn State, wouldn't they?
Now 2nd and 8 for USC.
Time ticking away in the 3rd quarter, and
from the 43-yard line.
2nd down and long. Sermons to the 47-yard line.
Ball carrier number 25,
3rd and about
Rodney
4
Sermons.
with Chad Eaton making the stop. Next week's a doubleheader. 9 o'clock Pacific time. The Seminoles and the Fighting Irish in the 2nd game, and the one you'll see out west, Arizona, USC. And if there's another game you want to see, call your cable operator. 3rd and 3. High and intercepted. The Cougars have got a turnover with Ray Jackson.
Balanced out. Now Rob Johnson throwing the ball too high, Brent. Many times throwing to your left, when you throw the ball high, you don't set up properly when you get back. You're trying to get rid of the ball quickly. You'll see it right here at the bottom of your screen. He's just a little slant in right and pause, throws it right over the top of his head, and Jackson's trying to take it home. We'll have great field position here. That's a short field, 30 yards to go.
Hicks is the running back. Kennedy's the motion receiver. Hicks nowhere. The Trojan defense all over him that time.
George Perry coming down from the backside on that counter. You got to cut him off backside when you pull both guards and tackles like they did on that. And they didn't get big George Perry cut off, a true freshman out of San Bernardino, California. God, they've got a lot of young kids here. No wonder they weren't very good on defense early in the year. No wonder he has so many gray hairs. That's what causes it.
First half of the season, that's where they came from. So we'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
At BASF, we don't make the mattress, we make it softer. We don't make the boots, we make them drier. We don't make the house, we make it livelier. We don't make the snowboard, we make it stronger. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
People are much more satisfied than they have been in the past. Now with quality care standards, we have some guidelines to follow. This is what the customers want. They want to have their appointment within a day. They want to have their car fixed right the first time. This is them speaking. Anything we can do to make it better. It's not just meeting the standards that people are setting for us, but exceeding them. Something we're doing's working.
Quality care people, quality care standards at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer. Some attractions seem exciting.
There's only one woman for me.
That's all you need.
Until they turn fatal.
Tell them about us.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Sunday on ABC. There's no question the Lincoln Mark 8 is an extremely well-equipped luxury coupe. But since it is possible to equip other luxury coupes with many of the same amenities, you might be asking yourself, what's the difference? The difference is, with the Lincoln Mark 8, you'll feel exhilarated, not spent. Lincoln Mark 8. Drive everything else first.
We're into the future. We're into it now.
You know, our plane leaves at 5:30.
And it's 5:10, not to worry.
Not worry?
Avis has new return valet service. They'll take us right to the terminal.
Avis announces Return Valet. One more way our 14,000 employee owners are thinking ahead to make Avis safer, faster, and better.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
I'm not worried.
Election updates throughout the evening with full coverage beginning at 10 Tuesday.
We are back now for the final 15 minutes, 2nd and 13. Cougars trail it by 10. Got him open, busting touchdown! Eric Moore, the tight end. That's called picking your spot to convert your first third down of the day.
Yes, it is.
Still no first downs, but this time they get a touchdown.
Well, they went empty. They had no back in the backfield, went out there, ran him up there like the tight end, and they blew the coverage. USC was blitzing. Easier to break down a coverage when you blitz. More apt to make a mistake. They made a mistake.
Tony Truitt.
Take a look at Eric Moore catching his 3rd touchdown of the year. He's a Southern California guy. There he is right here on your screen. No back in the backfield. He comes up, see there's the linebacker right there. That's Cunningham. He was supposed to take him. Tough coverage for a linebacker. Very, very tough coverage for a linebacker.
It's a 3-point game. And the Palouse alive again. The interception by Jackson sets up the touchdown. Eric Moore. The Cougar fans are alive a little bit.
No one really wants to win this game, Brent. They just keep giving the ball back to the other guy.
Bolton, who's been sent in to return.
Ooh, send him in some more. He's got a little shake. He has a little quickness to him. Let's take a look at the numbers as at the end of the 3rd quarter. First downs here dominated by USC, 11-6 total offense, passing yards, everything really in favor of SC. Both teams with 2 turnovers. Time of possession, 4 minutes advantage to SC. Someone's just got to make up their mind they're going to win this football game and not drop the ball or throw the interception.
Leonard Green in that backfield. Hervey, one of the receivers, along with Johnson and Parker. And this is complete to Hervey. First man missed the tackle, but Ron Childs cleaned up.
They were using a lot more of 3-receiver, 1-back attack early in the season, and they've gradually worked more to the 2-back attack, and they did that specifically today because they thought they could better handle the blitzing package that the Cougars present. But right then, they're spread out, forcing that, spread that defense out there, get that one-on-one coverage.
Now, Coach Price hoping for another turnover, and on the other side, Coach Robinson wants a first down or a big play. They'll go 2-back here. Sermons and Barnum, and they run Sermons first down across midfield to the 49-yard line.
See what they did that time, Brent? They blocked down with their tackle and stepped their guard around. The defensive end clapped a little too much, and he just bounced outside.
Now Walters in, and Sermons leaves.
Balls to the 49-yard line. Gain of 7 yards.
Walters. He's to the 43-yard line. He was tripped up as he came through the defensive line. Sasa.
Running right there now, Kyle Ramsey is in playing at right guard for Pollock, and they ran right up behind him and Garrido for a nice gain. You know, the guy coaching these running backs here is Charles White. Everybody who was a Trojan or ever coached against him remembers that guy.
There's Charles watching. Once the blitz, and the play was whistled dead. Go, baby! Penalty flag thrown on the far side.
Ball starts on the offense. Repeat second down.
That's a big penalty against John Robinson's Trojans. That's a costly 5 yards right there.
Especially against this defense. And when you're playing against this kind of defense, you're more apt to get offensive linemen to make mistakes like that because they know these guys take gaps, run through, jump around, and they get a little bit nervous up there.
They move Hunter over on Kayshawn Johnson over on the right corner.
Oh, nice tackle. Woo!
And Sasa, who's playing himself a whale.
Oh, mackerel. Was that a nice play by the defensive tackle? When you get there that clean, most of the time you're slanting in that direction. Here he is, big fella right there. Look at him come down right there. He's coming down, wham, he just didn't get cut off backside by Andre Abrams. Nice job, John.
They need 8 yards on this third down. Johnson behind him. Incomplete.
He didn't want to go there. He made the adjustment. They took away the pattern outside. He went back to the slant pattern. Couldn't get it to him. Good defense. Good secondary play that time.
Let me tell you something about the Palouse posse. They'll rattle your helmet.
Oh, I guarantee you. And anything else you got on?
Just about as good a hitting defense as we've seen this year.
Oh, that's why they're the number one in the country.
Number 24, Torrey Hunter.
Now Hunter, the DB, is back. Stonehouse to try to hang and bury them inside the 20. Hunter picks it up and steps out of bounds. So a veteran ball player saves a couple of yards on that move down there, doesn't he? We'll be right back.
As your engine revs higher, the oil inside creates a hydrodynamic wedge, a protective layer that builds up and keeps engine parts separated. But as your oil's viscosity breaks down, so can the wedge. That's why Castrol GTX provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because if your viscosity breaks down, what's next? Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown. Try Super Clean, the Tough Task Cleaner Degreaser from Castrol.
People will remember the first time they saw an aurora. And you'll be one of the lucky ones who can say that when aurora was ready to go, so were you. See what happens when you demand better? Aurora by Oldsmobile.
With their sights set on the Big Ten title, Penn State takes on rival Illinois. Or other key conference games cap off a college football doubleheader next Saturday on ABC.
And here we still got a lot of football left. 12:30, USC 13, Washington State 10. Along with SC fans, Oregon fans, just a little nervous right now. The Cougars come up to the line. Can they move the ball the distance on the Trojans? Can they avoid the high interception from the shotgun? Davis throws, Dumas all alone, and he is out of bounds just short of the first down marker. That's 9 yards.
See, that time defensively, USC elected not to walk out on the second man in the slot there and challenge him. They had people into defense to run. They were in the shotgun. They went ahead and threw the football. Playing a little cat and mouse with that offensive coordinator.
Now that puts the Cougars in a situation where they could run for the first down on second down here if they want. Second and very short. Trojan defense has held up beautifully.
This has been a running formation, Brent, or play action, but it's been their main running formation.
This time they're going to throw out of it, and they hit the tight end, and the tight end busts the tackle before he is out of bounds. That's David Nuff.
David Nuff out of Huntington Beach, California, Monterey High School. They could have thrown a flag on that one, Brent. There was some contact made out of bounds on that. They should throw that. At least it looked like it from here. Tight end right here. He'll run it straight to the sideline. They're running a slant pattern outside him. He turns, he throws it. Has to turn him around. Now here's the out-of-bounds line right here. He's out there. Nah, that's all right. That's close enough.
First and 10 Cougars. Ball just on the other side of their 30-yard line with Davis setting the play.
He reads blitz.
Still free, and he's going to get it from behind. That's Jeff Kopp.
He saw the blitz. He audibled. He wanted to throw it. Excellent coverage by the defensive backs picking up one-on-one. They forced him to hold the football and allowed the blitz to get there. Got to give the credit. And I think the guy that did the nice job up there was Brian Kelly up there, Brent. Yeah, he's saying, hurry up, give me that signal.
Let me go hit somebody again.
Yeah.
He played himself a good game.
Oh, he's a player. Love him.
Second and 15 after the 5-yard loss on the sack. Davis, far side, high and incomplete. Number 17, Carpenter.
Yeah. He's not having one of his better throwing days. He came into the ball game throwing 57% complete. Not throwing quite that well today, Brent. Got to give the defense some credit, taking some things away, but seen a lot of balls going high. A little bit wobbly on that one.
This young man in high school down around San Diego area threw for better than 9,000 yards.
I wonder if we'll see the Redskin play yet come up.
Huh? The Redskin.
You got to tell that story about the Redskin play.
Third down and 15.
They've got him spread, boy. Now they go no back.
Has time. Dumas won't get free.
Excellent
and Dumas
coverage.
pulls up limping a little bit.
Excellent.
He is down at the 23-yard line.
Dumas might be getting a little bit tired. He's been returning punts. He's thrown a pass. He's caught the ball. Run a lot of patterns where they haven't thrown him the pass. Out of Tacoma, Washington, Curtis High School.
The Cougars lack the game-breaking wide receiver who can outrun the defensive backfield. Dumas with great hands, a very good, talented receiver, all-around athlete, but he's not one of those 4-4 guys that you frequently need. George Martin back deep for the Cougars. They set a return. They let him get away on a high snap and fielded at the 35-yard line by Kenny Grace. 11:21 to go.
Final score, Penn State defeats Indiana 35-29.
Dear Diary, today it's sunny and noisy.
Helicopter! Iggy! A helicopter! We're saved! We're saved! We're saved! We're saved!
Frank, we're sending you down.
Oh, you look good, huh? Come on, Barry. Yeah, but oh, you look good. Come on, come here.
Hey, what are you looking at?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You're still making great lasagna.
My son is making it now. I'll tell you, a while back, I didn't think there'd be a restaurant for him.
This place, it's always busy.
That wasn't the problem. It was everything else. It was insurance and health plans. My guy at Penn River, he helped me out with all that.
The stockbroker.
Yes, he even set us up with a 401k.
I guess you must really know how important this place is to your family.
Yeah. Because he took the time to ask.
We welcome all you pay-per-viewers who switched over. We got our game here. 13-10, 11:21 to go. The Canes are doing business. The Buckeyes are doing a job, but here we got a lot of football yet to play. Rob Johnson and the Trojans of SC at the line. Johnson to Johnson, complete, breaks free.
Isn't going to catch him from
Put
behind.
away for USC. He's done it, Kayshawn Johnson. 64-yard TD.
You aren't going to catch a guy like that from behind. 6'4", 205 pounds, runs 200 meters in 21.9. He just ran about 40 or 50 in about 2.2.
Think all those pay-per-viewers think they wasted their money? So 3 touchdowns today for Kayshawn Johnson. He's been the big man as far as the Trojans are concerned. 8 catches for the 145, averaging better than 18 yards a carry. And now 3 scores. The extra point is good after the one that is blocked earlier, and so it's 20-10, and the lead is back to 10.
You know, John Robinson told me last night he didn't think their secondary could hold up against their wide receivers. They beat them last year soundly by throwing the ball to the wide receivers, and they do it right here to Kayshawn Johnson. And this guy, like you said, Brent, his 3rd one, and he's going to head in. Now he's going to go play in the snow.
See, we love the snow.
Excellent throw, good poise, and good pass protection. See, they gave him time to go ahead and concentrate on the coverage, where to throw the ball away from the defender going down inside, and then they threw it to the right guy. Mike Riley told me this guy loves to play football. He's in the offices bugging the coaches all the time about game plans and things they're going to do with the football. Look at him right here. He's doing the right thing with it. He's putting it down in the end zone.
Well, the Trojans have only won 22 of the last 23 against Washington State, so folks watching a little football today can't be too shocked. It's just one of those things in sports. They got their number, and they're up by 10 right now. For the first time in 36 years, the Cougars were favored today. It's 11:09 left in this ball game. It's not over yet.
The one thing about this Cougar football team, Brent, having spent the last couple days around here, you can really sense they are not the kind of kids that are convinced right now they're going to lose a football game.
Evans, fumble, pick up on the 5. Oh! Flushed right there.
David Dotson did a real nice job of that. He's a third-string fullback, Brent.
So everything could be coming up roses for Oregon. Again, remember, if this holds, if this score holds, Oregon goes to the Rose Bowl if they win out, and the Ducks do not play any of the other contenders. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it is going to give them an edge and a chance to control. And wouldn't that be something if John Robinson gives his alma mater a chance to get to the Rose Bowl by beating Washington?
Right now, he could care but less about his alma mater. He wants to go himself.
I thought I'd drop it in anyway. Yeah. And the Cougars run the ball to the 9 with Kevin Hicks.
John is rebuilding a program. He's got a lot of SC people. I came into the booth today. Who'd I walk in with? Mike Garrett, their athletic director. I can remember coaching against him when he was a running back at SC, and I was an assistant at Stanford a long time ago. See, they're uncovering the slot right now, Brent. See that? They're just asking him to go ahead and throw him the ball.
Carpenter. Out at the 19-yard line. That's a first down, Cougars.
Boy, they spread you from sideline to sideline. And USC doesn't really like to play a lot of nickel defense. Tough to beat SC when they're a good football team, regardless of where you are, Washington State or anywhere else.
Coach Price, 0-5 against USC, and this year he's only 6 points from coming into this game 8-0, and none of that matters right now. He's down by 10. We got 10:20 to go. They run the draw. Nowhere. There's Trojan defense ready with Cedric Jefferson, number 97.
You can really hear the noise of the shoes, the cleated shoes on this type of turf, this Omni turf, not an AstroTurf. It's a turf with fibers, and they fill it with sand, and you can hear them squeaking down there.
What do you think? Jack Arute found a little blazing fireplace and a hot toddy?
I mean, he might have went out for a pop. I don't know where he
disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I don't know where he goes sometimes.
I don't know.
That's amazing. 2nd and 11 for the Cougars.
Nice job.
Into Thomas.
Nice job.
30. No, incomplete. Wave it off. They're waving it off. He apparently did not have possession on the ball. The linesman dashing upfield made the call.
Brian Thomas, a redshirt freshman from Carson, California, San Pedro High School. Every time I think of San Pedro High School, I think of an Italian restaurant called Trady Brothers in that area. I wonder if they're still in business. Great food.
So it's 3rd down. 9:40. Downfield, receiver slipping as he tries to break free, and they could not pick up Kearney Adams. Well, here we are in old Pullman, Washington. Look at that up there. Look at it. He's got himself a big drink. Look at it. Look. That's unbelievable.
Hey, Roots, for Kearney's sake.
Oh, man. He's a character. 4th down. Martin. I think if you run up the middle, you might run for 30 yards.
Oh, I tell you, right. When they don't expect a punt run, you can run one against the Trojans right now.
It's there, Coach.
It's there.
I'm going to tell you. But it may not matter. 9:27 to go, and the Trojans lead it by 10.
East of the Texas Hill Country in Austin, there's a place that just won't let you go home hungry. It's called Threadgill's. And here you might find yourself behind a great big chicken fried steak, a mountain of red beans and rice, or even a microphone. So if you go, bring your appetite for a good time and your Visa card. Because Threadgill's might let you take the stage, but they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Boy, they make it tough to compare, don't they? Hey! Buddy, I'm saying they make it really tough to compare, don't they? I mean, this one is bigger. This one's faster. This one's got more stuff. And am I crazy? Or are all these things all about the same price? How can that be? If they all charge about the same, does that mean that they put them all together the same and they're going to take care of you the same? I don't think so.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is a great disturbance in the force. Get his battery.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and going.
College football on ABC, brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Bud Light, if you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Bayer, for the relief of tough body and joint pain. You get older, you get smarter, you get Bayer. And quality care service at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers. Well, Mr. Vermeil, SC will try to eat up a little clock here. Sermons.
Those two defensive tackles inside just are tough to move. You're better off of trying to trap them or block down on them and pull and that kind of stuff. But to run right at them like that, they are a force inside. They're just not getting any movement.
Walters in at tailback.
USC's playing with their third-string offensive guards in there right now. Plus, early in the year, Phelan Pounds was their starter. He's not playing yet, though he might be back by next week. Bramer is out, started against Cal. Pollack is out of there right now. Ramsey's out of there. Blitz.
Oh, they pound Walters at the 35. Fields and Child.
They really timed that one perfect. They've got to go on some long counts now, and you use that hard count, you'll get them offside. They just came up. Too many people in inside gaps to block. They'll come up right in here. So watch them start moving. Here they come, right into it. Wow.
They must rebuild this defense next year. 8 of these fellas are gone after this season.
He's got a program going here, though. You know, that the kids want to come here. He'll get them built up.
3rd and 11. Deep to Hervey. Great catch by Hervey.
Boy, he waited an awfully long time to throw that football. He waited, and there he let it go. That's the first time in a long time they've given Rob Johnson that kind of time. He almost overthrew him anyway. Deep down the hole, he goes out. Now, nice ability to reach out and catch that football. Nice job by him. Here it is again, another good look. Left side of your screen. Now he leaps, takes out. Beautifully thrown. A nice way to go after the football.
And remember, he dropped one at the top of the game that might have given the Trojans a quick strike touchdown. Now 44 yards, 1st and 10, and Walters is stuffed at the 21-yard line.
You know, they might want to try to get outside now. They're doing a lot of that inside gap blitzing to stop the runs inside because SC really hasn't gone outside. If they go to their too tight end attack, they might be able to get that counter outside.
Okay, we've got a program reminder tomorrow, the New York City Marathon coming your way. 2 Central and Pacific, and then following that, a little golf. Going to go over to Maui. Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International, the final round. And the 3rd round of that golf tournament you'll see following that football game here on the Pacific Network, with Walters to the 17-yard line and Mark Fields making still another stop.
I don't know how many tackles Mark Fields has made, but he's made a lot of them. He's made a lot of them today. He's a guy that did not play last year. He was an academic redshirt last year, playing this year as senior. Got a chance to be a good one maybe and play on Sunday. He's fast in this one. They've got to take it away.
Sermon slapped down at the 20-yard line by Fields.
See, they just, it's a waste of time to try to run in there against all those people. They got 8 guys coming, and most of them inside.
3 yards. Now 4th and 10. From the 20-yard line.
Doesn't look like they're going to kick a field goal.
They definitely are not going to kick. They're not going to give the Cougars a chance to block a field goal. Given the way that the Cougars have come after the punts, they'll go ahead and play the 4th and 10. And they're going to let the clock.
I don't know if I agree with that. They have a halfway decent field goal kicker.
And now for a Cougar doubleheader and help the women's volleyball team set a national tennis record on Friday, November 18th. Cougar volleyball and men's basketball play back-to-back for
Let's go down to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, Brent, it seems like we're always talking about traveling quarterbacks, people that start one place, go to another. Well, there's a new twist to one with Rob Johnson. Remember I told you at the top of the show I talked to his brother, Brett? Well, Brett transferred from UCLA to Michigan State University, where he had an up-and-down time, after the Tommy Maddox situation at UCLA. And the story that was told to me by Brett a couple of years ago was that Rob was headed towards UCLA to follow in his brother's footsteps. But when the transfer took place to Michigan State, they sat down as a family and tried to decide where could they go to get under the skin of the UCLA Bruins. They chose USC.
Jack, it's interesting when you were telling us the story about Johnson. Obviously, John Robinson had planned all along to run it down to 1 second, run time off, and then send Cole Ford onto the field. It's kind of interesting that a coach would elect to use a timeout in that situation, but he feels he's pretty much in control here. And now at 37-yarder, he'll try to get 3, plus take 24 seconds off the clock. He's got it. There was a little bit of a hesitation down there underneath the goalpost before they signaled that that one was good. 23-10. Cougars need 2 touchdowns.
When young policyholders come to me, I look at them and think, boy, that was me 15 years ago. I remember very well how quickly things changed for Debbie and me. Marriage, children, our first house. It's exactly why State Farm's family insurance checkups are such a good idea. Your agent helps you put it all in perspective so you can make the right decisions. The way you were 5 years ago is not the way you are today. It's comforting to me when I can say to my policyholders, hey, I've been there.
State Farm is there.
You get older, and your body starts to feel it. You get smarter, and you know the difference between pain relievers. That's why you get Bayer, the wonder drug, not Tylenol. Both relieve pain, but Bayer aspirin does something Tylenol can't. Only Bayer relieves the inflammation of arthritis when taken regularly. Just ask your doctor. You get older, you get smarter, you get Bayer.
What do you need to be the best?
Starter. It's not that simple.
It just doesn't happen.
It takes a lot of work.
Discipline, dedication.
There's a lot of things that come into play.
You have to push yourself.
Day after day.
3,000 sit-ups.
30,000 shots.
Extra fly balls or extra batting practice.
And that's what it takes.
You get better and better.
When you cross the finish line.
It's a great feeling.
Home plate, that's it.
The victory lap.
It was such a dream.
That was the ultimate.
Starter.
What do you need to be the best? Everything you got. It's up to you.
Well, Florida State hopes to welcome Lou Holtz to Disneyland. That game next week being played in Orlando and not Tallahassee. Neutral setting, and then second game of your doubleheader out here. It's Arizona USC. That's another huge game.
Ooh.
The Pac-10.
USC better get some of their offensive linemen back healthy. They need them badly.
And if Coach Price and the Cougars can't pull off a miracle here, Oregon is very much in the driver's seat. They could be headed for Pasadena. All they have to do is win out. Of course, that's easier said than done.
That's Mike Berry, the offensive line coach, explaining that defensive front under, meaning the defensive linemen are shifting over on him. That's the normal terminology anyway.
F4, they'll kick it off. Mobley and Hunter are back deep for the Cougars.
Nice kickoff.
Mobley will give it a try. 16-yard line. And the Cougars now, if they've got any tricks up their sleeve, they're going to have to use them and try to spring a big play.
Well, they do have some, but this field position down here isn't the greatest spot, but why worry about it now, huh?
Now, there's the remaining Pac-10 schedule. You can see Arizona on the left-hand side. Oregon winning the last time we checked. They go to Stanford, and they go to Oregon State. And I'm here to tell you that makes Oregon a huge favorite if SC wins this game. Now, we get word that Utah's in trouble. Let's send you to New York and John Saunders. John, what's happening to the Utes?
Well, Brent, they led throughout this game, but with just over 30 seconds remaining, Nathan Bale, 22-yard field goal, and New Mexico has a 2-point, 23-21 lead.
Oh, that's huge. Let's see, that puts Colorado State. Brigham Young opens up the whack, doesn't it? It's long. Incomplete.
They ran that little stop and go again. He pumped to try to freeze the corner. Then he took off. And that's very tough to throw accurately. And the quarterback, Davis, threw it accurately. Defended real well by Herpin. He's tied the Pac-10 for interceptions with 3 coming into this ball game.
So it's 3rd down. Fresh set of downs. That was Kevin Hicks stepping out there. And a reminder to stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental post-game report. That'll be coming up after the conclusion of this Pac-10 game.
And that's another.
Now the clock has started again. Boy, some of the SC defensive players, they've been impressive today, haven't they? Jeff Kopp, Don Cunningham, Kelly with his first career interception at USC. Now that's got a hold. Thomas busts to the 48.
There's that middle screen again. They got that same zone they got right before the end of the half against that prevent defense, and it's much easier to execute that without the pressure of a man defense. See, now the linebackers and everybody will drop out of here and allow that middle screen to form. It'll from the bottom of your screen, you'll see him coming underneath. Now freeze it right there. You'll see that big hole. He's got a block downfield, a block right here, and here he goes.
Now at 4:04, and you would think that the Cougars would move with a little more quickness.
Nice job.
Away, and it's incomplete. That's John Herpin over there on the corner.
Wasn't that a nice job of just slipping in there and taking that ball away? 2-time state champion in the high hurdles coming out of high school. He's got some athletic ability, this young man. He's a senior. Coming outside, Kopp, sacked by number 35, Jeff Kopp, who has played a great football game. He likes to play. See, they started him inside, and he gradually moved outside and rushed as an outside linebacker, and they did not account for him in the pass protection, and he was home free.
So the Cougs call a timeout. We'll take a break. 3:42 to go. Washington State in trouble against Southern California.
Nice painting. What is it?
Not a very interesting piece. Reminiscent of early Dadaism.
What's Dadaism?
If he's so smart, why is he using those other batteries?
With a brain that big, you'd think he'd know Duracell batteries outlast all other brains.
Now, if...
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
The Copper Top tops them all.
Shake it, no dandruff. You've got Selsun Power. Brush it, no flakes. You've got Selsun Power with Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it #1 over all leading brands. Dandruff problem? No way. You've got Selsun Power.
The temperature never drops below Xerex. That's very important to remember, especially at a time like this, when it's very deserted and very cold. Ah, you did remember Xerex Antifreeze. The temperature never drops below Xerex.
PageNet, America's #1 wireless messaging company, is proud to sponsor the 125th anniversary of college football. Since the days of leather caps and broken teeth, the game has come a long way. But it's still a game of contact. And who knows more about contact than PageNet, the company that keeps more people in close contact nationwide.
Hey, Brent, why don't we stay over and go skiing? Come down these slopes over here like that. I think you'd probably be pretty good on those things, wouldn't you?
Well, especially if my skis were on backwards like that. It would.
I thought that's the way you're supposed to wear them. I'm always going backwards.
Like the Washington State offense, what they face here at 3:42. 23-10. This is 3rd and 16. Middle screen. Moore is down hard.
That's a tight end middle screen. I saw them run that against Cal, and they were very close to breaking. At that time, it was defense properly by the Trojans.
Utah's first loss, another of the unbeatens, falls by the wayside. New Mexico does it at home, 23-21, and that throws the WAC up in the air, doesn't it?
What's that do for Colorado State?
Got to put them right back in the chase.
Yeah.
They got a tough one. They got to play their buddies from Wyoming. 4th and 12.
See, they're really playing loose right now.
USC takes over. Jeff Kopp. Now the Trojans can run the clock out and put Oregon in control of its own destiny in the race for the Rose Bowl.
Well, you're talking about the Rose Bowl. The main contender, of course, coming out of the Big Ten is Penn State. And, boy, I tell you, these teams are a long ways away from them right now. Now, that doesn't mean they won't improve, Brent. But having watched Penn State for 3 games and saw them play in person last week, there's a big, big difference.
Okay.
Cougars have nothing left except to attempt to strip the ball.
Sitting down good on him, and I don't care what they're doing. And that ball throwing all over there, that won't beat you right now, okay? You just got to do a good job corner tackling him and Sammy buzzing the flat.
That's Keith Burns talking to his safeties.
They'll push it down the field.
Always
now,
coaching, always coaching.
They're going to come back.
Long faces over there. The Cougars were hoping to do some business against USC, but like I said, when the Trojans show up, they just get a W against Washington State. That's just the way it's been for decades, and that appears like it's going to be the way it's going to be here again. This will make 7 in a row for the Trojans. They were beaten by Washington State back in '86. And it's 2:04 mark here with time running down. Oregon, they come away, it'll look this way. And again, Oregon, if they wind up tied with SC, Oregon would go based on head-to-head. So, and Oregon, remember, also picked off Arizona at Eugene. The team they needed to get out of the mix is this one. John Robinson, meanwhile, is saying, hey, who knows? Oregon might go down there to stand for meals, buddy.
Hey, dreaming.
This is a special report from ABC News.
This is Barry Serafin in Washington. Former President Ronald Reagan this afternoon released a letter to the American people disclosing that he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. In his letter, Mr. Reagan says he is disclosing the disease, as he and his wife Nancy did regarding their bouts with cancer, in the hope of raising public awareness and understanding of the mind-crippling disease. Mr. Reagan, now 83 years old, says at the moment he feels fine. In an accompanying statement, the former president's doctors say he is in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease, but as the years go on, his health will deteriorate. In his handwritten letter, Mr. Reagan says, "I only wish there was some way I could spare Nancy from this painful experience." Mr. Reagan says it was an honor to serve as president and closes by saying, "I now begin the journey that will lead me into the sunset of my life." Again, former President Ronald Reagan has disclosed that he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. I'm Barry Seraphin, ABC News, Washington.
Well, back in Pullman, we have less than 2 minutes to go. It's 23-10, Southern California, headed toward what has to be a mild upset, only because the Cougars were favored for the first time in 36 years against USC by a point, right down in that vicinity.
I think that's just really a salute to Mike Price and what a great job he and his coaching staff have done up here. Really, son of a gun. Not as easy. You got 7,000 people in the town and 17,000 people in the student body, and it's not a, you know, you've got to go somewhere and get all your players, and they've gotten enough kids to be very, very competitive.
You know, nice little note in going out to Coach's house yesterday with he and his assistant coaches, and then driving by just a block down, he points over there. There's where that assistant coach lives. Oh, there's Drew Bledsoe's home. And Drew, who gave the school $150,000 he endowed a scholarship, moving right back here to Pullman. And, of course, Drew and the New England Patriots play the Cleveland Browns tomorrow. You're saying, so what? Well, so what? It's a showing, a game that matches up two Washington State quarterbacks. Mark Rippon draws the start for the Browns because of the injury suffered by Vinny Testaverde. And, of course, Bledsoe will be on the field for New England. They have turned out some terrific football players to the NFL out of Washington State.
Just a tough to get 25, 28 to 30 real quality ones all on campus at the same time to produce that Rose Bowl football team. That's tough to do.
But the kids in Oregon have to be excited today, huh?
Boy, has Rich Brooks done a good job there.
You know, I was starting to say before the news was interrupted, but as John Robinson would say, wait a minute. Dick Vermeil's friend, Bill Walsh, maybe Stanford can do some business.
And they are improving.
Against Oregon.
Yes, they've been losing, but they're getting tighter scores. The defense is playing better, and you know they're going to score some points.
There's Stenstrom with an 8-yard touchdown pass.
Bill really likes Stenstrom, too. He says he's really a fine player.
Well, wasn't Rob Johnson his receiver for
yes.
the year?
His junior year in high school, Rob Johnson was Stenstrom's wide receiver. 1 year of experience at quarterback, huh? Of course, Bob Johnson Sr. was in our booth here at halftime to say hello. He's extremely successful football coach at El Toro High School in Southern California. He's taking a year off to watch his son play.
So that's dominance, folks, right there. And that's just the way it's been.
John Robinson's having fun coaching football right now, and talking with him, you can sense this, you know, and he's really enjoying it. He really thinks they're going in the right direction, and he really believes that once again there'll be a national championship caliber football team. They're not right now, but they're working that way.
So USC stays in the chase, and now they'll need help against Oregon, and of course USC with a tough appointment against Arizona next week, and that will not be easy for the Trojans. But at least there's a little more definition to the Pac-10 race. I mean, it was wild coming into this weekend because there were 4 teams, none of them in control of the destiny, but now at least Oregon steps up and they become the team to beat.
Lapon.
Well, it's interesting. Keyshawn Johnson, those 3 touchdown receptions, that ties a USC school record. Held by several others. So he was the big play guy for the Trojans here today.
And Johnson got him the ball. Johnson to Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson, man. Might be a good name for a company. Little hook and ladder, but there's about 8 defenders waiting for him. And
Pass is out by Eric Moore, number 89.
penalty flag.
Handed off to Derek Sparks.
Well,
5-yard face mask on the defense. Tacking on to the end of the run. First down.
people are throwing fans at the SC players down here in front of us.
At the snowballs?
Yeah.
The whole deal, huh?
Throwing snowballs at them.
Yeah.
Well,
Ball's on the 35. It's first and 10 Cougars.
Davis. Keep it running. That's it.
Now they left 1 second on the clock.
And Price still gunning, wants to get one. And now they run it off. And that's it. USC and John Robinson. Now there's our genuine Chevrolet players of the day. Keyshawn Johnson with 3 touchdowns for USC. Don Tessa, Washington State, he was tremendous in that defensive line, and $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of both schools. Monday Night Football, Giants and the Cowboys. For Jack Arute and Dick Vermeil, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from Pullman. It's 23-10. And coming up is the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report.
A promotional fee has been paid by Northwest Airlines.
Some people just know how to fly.
If there's a kid who's interested in what you do, share what you've learned with them. You might turn their interest into ambition. Help a child learn and keep learning.
Saturday on an all-new Commish, one of Tony's callers comes back to even the score.
She's in the house.
The Commish, Saturday here on ABC.
The 94 boat, change is in the air. But some things never change. Jennings, Brinkley, election night. Stay with ABC News.
There's no question the Lincoln Mark 8 is an extremely well-equipped luxury coupe. But since it is possible to equip other luxury coupes with many of the same amenities, you might be asking yourself, what's the difference? The difference is, with the Lincoln Mark 8, you'll feel exhilarated, not spent. Lincoln Mark 8. Drive everything else first.
They're as different as two people can be. On crime, Pete Wilson was the force behind the tough new 3 strikes and 1 strike laws, and he's enforced the death penalty. Brown opposes the death penalty, is supported by criminal defense lawyers, and will appoint more lenient judges. On jobs, Wilson pushed through tax incentives and cut red tape to keep business and jobs in California. Brown has a plan that will increase taxes and drive jobs out of California. More reasons why we need Pete Wilson as governor.
We're into the future.
Mommy's lost. Mommy's lost.
Not this, Mommy. Not in this car.
Avis announces Avis Satellite Guidance, now being road tested in California. One more way the employee owners of Avis are making the future safer, faster, and better.
Destination ahead.
You found us.
Everyone gets into jeopardy tonight at 7 on 7.
The Thrifty Car Rental postgame report, brought to you by Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
From our New York studios, your host, John Saunders.
Welcome back once again to the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report. USC comes up with a win against Washington State. Oregon was winning their game. If that holds up, Oregon could go to the Rose Bowl. Here is the upset of the day. New Mexico knocks off number 9 Utah, and they do it with a field goal with about 30 seconds left. Nathan Vale knocks it through from 22 yards out. Utah had led throughout this game and had a big lead in the first half. Stoney Case pass of 56 yards set up that field goal. Dan Pulsifer missed a 67-yard field goal as time expired. Would have given Utah the win, but they lose. Back with more in a moment.
Since the beginning, you could always depend on your neighborhood for whatever you needed for your family vacation. Even when you needed a car with more trunk space. The fact is, you can still rely on Thrifty Car Rental to deliver historically low rates on a variety of legendary cars. So whether you're traveling in your neighborhood or to someone else's, we're there. Your neighborhood Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
Welcome back once again. As we mentioned, USC comes up with the win over Washington State. So let's paint the picture for you in the Pac-10. Oregon leading their game against Arizona State 34-10. It looks like they will win that game. Danny O'Neill goes 14 yards to Crispin McLemore here. That made it 20-3 at that point. Now it's a blowout. If things hold up in this game, Oregon, if they win the rest of their games, as we take a look at the standings in the Pac-10, if Oregon wins the rest of their games, they will go to the Rose Bowl, and they don't play any of the other contenders. We will continue with more of the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report in just a moment.
Historically, whenever you had a problem in your neighborhood, there was always someone to help you, just when you needed them most. Today, you can still rely on Thrifty for low rates. Use your Montgomery Ward credit card at Montgomery Ward Car Rental at participating Thrifty locations. So whether you're traveling in your neighborhood or to someone else's, we're there. Your neighborhood Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
We're just about done for the day. A few scores before we leave you. Nebraska beating Kansas 45-17. The final there. Brooke Behringer, 10 of 14, 261 yards. Lawrence Phillips over 100 yards again. Indiana beaten by Penn State 35-29. Kajana Carter, 20 carries for 192 yards. Auburn wins again, 38-21. Patrick Nix, 15 of 23, and 2 touchdown passes to Frank Sanders, 68 yards and 44 yards. In Miami, over Syracuse in the Big East, 27-6. James Stewart had 2 touchdown runs. A reminder, next Saturday, we have a doubleheader for you. First at noon Eastern, the big powers collide. Florida State against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The regional action follows at 3:30 Eastern as number 2 Penn State meets Big Ten rivals Illinois, or other key regional games from the SEC, Pac-10, and Southwest Conference. Check your local listings for the game in your area and call your local cable company for information on games available on pay-per-view. Also a reminder, Monday Night Football, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. The New York Giants meet the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas for ABC's Monday Night Football. Thank you very much for joining us. A reminder, special time of noon Eastern Time next week for Florida State and Notre Dame. Thanks for watching. Good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
You may have seen incredible magic before, but you've never seen anything as spectacular as this. A mystery. The wonder. The greatest masters of illusion star with their phenomenal family of animals in the biggest magical event of the season. It's Siegfried and Roy, The Magic, the Mystery, Sunday only on ABC.
Is there a sure cure for a nosebleed?
Here's the best and surest way to stop a nosebleed. Sit down, lean forward, open your mouth, and pinch your nose for 15 minutes. Then slowly release the pressure. Still bleeding, do it again for 5 minutes. Finally, hold some ice against your nose. Yes, it's simple, but like a lot of simple things, it works.
FHP, your health partner for life.
They come in 2 lanes and 4 lanes, in concrete and blacktop, and sometimes even good old dirt. And we traverse them every day with Arco EC Premium, a high-octane gas that helps keep the air clean. A high-quality gas that still saves us money. A gas that's got to be good because so many of us like it. Majority rules being one tenet of life. Great gas wins being another. Arco, the West's favorite gasoline.
Watch me make my dreams and my viewers' dreams come true next Oprah.
The following is a special presentation of ABC Sports.
ABC Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the 1994 Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International. And wherever you might be in these United States on a Saturday, live vicariously through us as we head west to the islands of Hawaii. We are on Maui at Kapalua on the west coast. Kapalua, which means arms embracing the sea, with its rugged coastline and beautiful secluded beaches. And Maui is also known for its beautiful rainbows, and this rainbow emerged just about a half an hour ago. And what a way to start your day. And from the island of Molokai, we pull back to the plantation course here at Kapalua as we get set for the third round of this Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International. This course plays to a par of 73. It's a big, long golf course. 7,263 yards. The architects Ben Crenshaw and Bill Coore. It was opened in 1991, and Jim McGovern equaled the course record with a 7 under 66 on Thursday. And the fairways and greens, Bermuda grass. Now, some clouds up in the sky, but a lot of blue sky, too. Temperature always around 82 degrees. The water temperature, a very tranquil 72. The trade winds at 15 to 25 miles an hour, and there's always a forecast for possible showers. They never last too long. And hi, everybody. I'm Roger Twybill, and we welcome you here to Maui. We have some very early Saturday morning golf, 8:30 here in Maui, as we get set to tee off. A little bit different today in our coverage. Our leaders will tee off on the backside here at the plantation course, so we will see them through their first 9 holes today. And the leaderboard, as we get set for this third round of the Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International, looks like this. Tom Lehman, our leader, after 2 rounds at 9 under par. Fred Couples and Bob Gilder at 7. Now, the first 2 days, they played the Bay course and the plantation course. The final 2 rounds here at the plantation course. Jack Nicklaus at 3 under, and the asterisk indicating the players that have teed off here on the backside at the plantation course. And right now, let's go to the 10th tee, and the director of golf here at Kapalua, Marty Kiter.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a final pairing of the third round of the Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International, our competitors are from Scottsdale, Arizona, Tom Lehman, from Pumpkin Ridge, Oregon, Bob Gilder, and from South Andros, Bahamas, Fred Couples. Tom, play away. Good one.
Good job. Is this the towel you brought?
Wind is really blowing out here today, much harder than it has the first 2 days. Probably blowing about 30 miles an hour this early in the morning.